Global Citizenship, Unifying the World Through Understanding and Cooperation. Copyright symbol July 2023. Dictated to ChatGPT by Glo1. Introduction. Understanding global citizenship. What is global citizenship? Global citizenship is a concept that embodies a sense of belonging to a broader community and common humanity. It highlights the interconnectedness of today's world and encourages individuals to view themselves not just as citizens of their respective countries, but as part of a larger global community. At its core, global citizenship is about understanding that decisions made by individuals can have far-reaching impacts, that our actions can ripple across borders, touching lives continents away. It is about embracing diversity, fostering empathy, and striving to create a world that is just, peaceful, and sustainable for all. A global citizen understands that they share the earth with a multitude of other individuals, each with their own cultures, perspectives, and experiences. They respect these differences while also recognizing the many things we all share: a planet, a future, and a mutual desire for peace, security, and prosperity. Global citizenship is not about abandoning national identities or responsibilities, but rather about broadening our sense of responsibility to encompass the global community. It's about finding ways to take action that benefits not just ourselves, our families, or our nations, but the world as a whole. It is the understanding that we are interdependent, and thus the challenges of our time, be they climate change, poverty, or conflict, are shared challenges that we must face together. Global citizens seek to tackle these issues not out of obligation, but from a sense of shared stewardship of our world and mutual care for our global family. In this way, global citizenship is more than a philosophy, it's a call to action, a way of living that recognizes our shared humanity and shared future. As we delve into this book, we will explore what it means to be a global citizen in various facets of life: education, communication, environment, economy, and politics, and how we can embody these principles in our everyday lives. Why global citizenship matters. In our increasingly interconnected world, the notion of global citizenship has never been more relevant or urgent. The decisions we make, the products we buy, even the ideas we share, all can have ripple effects that reach far beyond our immediate environment. Recognizing our role as global citizens can help us make more informed, ethical, and sustainable choices. Global citizenship matters because our world faces challenges that transcend national boundaries. Climate change, global pandemics, economic inequality, and political unrest are not confined to one country or region, they are truly global issues requiring collective action. By identifying as global citizens, we acknowledge our shared responsibility in tackling these universal problems. Moreover, global citizenship fosters empathy, cultural understanding, and respect for diversity. In a world often marred by conflict and division, these qualities are essential for promoting peace and unity. Understanding and appreciating our global interconnectedness helps us to see past differences, cultivate empathy, and work towards common goals. Global citizenship also empowers us. It encourages us to think critically about our role in the world, to question unjust systems, and to strive for positive change. It instills a sense of agency and purpose, reminding us that our actions matter, and that we have the capacity to shape the world for the better. Ultimately, global citizenship matters because it expands our sense of community and belonging. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves, and that our identities, while rooted in our local communities, also extend to the global stage. In fostering this wider sense of identity, global citizenship enriches our lives, broadens our perspectives, and encourages us to work towards a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world for all. 2. Education. Bridging Cultures. Overview of global issues. Education is a fundamental tool in understanding the complex issues that shape our global community. As we embark on this exploration, we begin by providing an overview of some of the most pressing global issues that humanity faces today. Climate change. This is arguably the most critical issue of our time, posing a serious threat to life as we know it. It involves the warming of our planet due to the increase in greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, primarily caused by human activities. The consequences include more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and significant impacts on biodiversity and ecosystems. Understanding climate change involves learning about the science behind it, the politics surrounding it, and the solutions being proposed. Economic inequality. The gap between the rich and the poor continues to grow, both within countries and between countries. This inequality manifests in disparities in income, wealth, access to resources, and opportunities. Understanding this issue involves exploring the systems and structures that perpetuate inequality, as well as the strategies being used to combat it. Global health. The recent COVID-19 pandemic has underscored the importance of global health. Diseases do not respect national borders, and health crises can have severe social, economic, and political impacts. Understanding global health involves studying public health, epidemiology, and the complex interplay of health and socio-economic factors. Political unrest and conflict. From civil wars to political repression, conflict remains a grim reality in many parts of the world. Understanding these issues requires a study of history, geopolitics, and peace and conflict studies. Migration and refugees. Conflict, economic disparity, and environmental disasters have led to the displacement of millions of people worldwide. Understanding this issue involves learning about international law, human rights, and the various political, social, and economic aspects of migration. These issues are all interconnected, reflecting the complexity of the world we live in. By educating ourselves about these issues, we begin to see the links between our actions and their global impacts. This education is a crucial first step in becoming global citizens knowledgeable, empathetic, and ready to take informed action. Importance of cultural education. Cultural education plays a pivotal role in fostering global citizenship. At its core, it is about expanding our understanding and appreciation of the diverse cultures that make up our global community. By learning about different cultures, traditions, and belief systems, we can break down barriers of misunderstanding and foster greater empathy and respect for our shared humanity. Firstly, cultural education challenges stereotypes and combats prejudice. It allows us to see beyond simplistic narratives and broad generalizations, providing a more nuanced and accurate understanding of different cultural groups. This knowledge can help dispel harmful biases and stereotypes, promoting tolerance and mutual respect. Secondly, cultural education fosters empathy. By learning about the experiences and perspectives of people from different cultures, we can better understand and empathize with their struggles and aspirations. This empathy is crucial in promoting social justice and human rights, as it drives us to take action against inequalities and injustices. Furthermore, cultural education enhances our ability to communicate effectively with people from diverse backgrounds. In our interconnected world, cross-cultural communication skills are invaluable. They enable us to collaborate more effectively, resolve conflicts, and build stronger relationships. Finally, cultural education enriches our own personal growth. By exposing us to a wide range of ideas, values, and ways of life. It broadens our perspective and enhances our critical thinking skills. It enables us to learn from the wisdom and experiences of other cultures, enriching our own understanding of the world. In short, cultural education is fundamental to global citizenship. It empowers us to navigate our multicultural world with respect, understanding, and empathy, equipping us with the knowledge and skills to contribute positively to our global community. Case studies of educational initiatives promoting global understanding across the globe. Numerous educational initiatives have taken root with the purpose of promoting global understanding. Let's delve into a few examples that highlight the range of such initiatives. 1. The United World Colleges, UWC, movement. UWC is a global network of schools and colleges that aim to unite people, nations, and cultures for peace and a sustainable future. Students from various backgrounds are brought together to live and learn in one of the UWC schools located around the world. The students follow the International Baccalaureate (IB) diploma program and participate in activities centered around service, leadership, and personal development, fostering a global understanding. 2. The Global Education First Initiative, GIFI, launched by UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon in 2012. GIFI aims to accelerate progress towards universal access to quality education. One of its 3 priorities is fostering global citizenship, which aims to instill in young people a sense of belonging to a broader global community and a shared responsibility for its well-being. 3. The International Baccalaureate (IB) program. This program offers 4 highly respected educational curricula to students aged 3 to 19 across the world. The IB focuses on teaching students to think critically and independently, and how to inquire with care and logic. It helps students to become culturally aware, through the development of a second language, and to be able to engage with people in an increasingly globalized, rapidly changing world. 4. The Global Schools Program, an initiative led by the UN Sustainable Development Solutions Network, Youth Initiative, SDSN Youth. The Global Schools Program provides resources to educators to equip students with the necessary understanding of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the skills to implement them locally. These initiatives demonstrate that education has a significant role in cultivating a global perspective and instilling the values of global citizenship among young people. By integrating global issues into the curriculum, promoting cultural exchange, and focusing on shared challenges, these programs prepare students to navigate and contribute positively in an interconnected world. 3. Communication, building bridges, not walls. The role of communication in fostering understanding. Communication is the lifeblood of any society, connecting individuals and communities, disseminating ideas, and promoting mutual understanding. In our increasingly interconnected world, the ability to communicate effectively with diverse groups of people is not just a skill, it's a necessity. Effective communication breaks down barriers, promotes empathy, and fosters a sense of shared identity and purpose. It allows us to articulate our thoughts and feelings, understand those of others, and find common ground. When done effectively, communication can bridge the gap between different cultures, ideologies, and experiences, turning diversity from a source of division into a source of strength. In the context of global citizenship, communication helps us to appreciate our shared humanity. By hearing the stories of individuals from different cultures and walks of life, we can gain a deeper understanding of their experiences and perspectives. This fosters empathy and respect, and challenges us to question our assumptions and prejudices. Moreover, communication is key to collective action. It allows us to rally around common causes, collaborate on solutions, and hold power to account. In the face of global challenges such as climate change, economic inequality, and political conflict, effective communication enables us to navigate our differences, build consensus, and work together for a better world. However, communication is not without its challenges. Misunderstandings can occur, particularly when dealing with complex issues or across cultural divides. There are also structural barriers to effective communication, such as language barriers, digital divides, and power imbalances. Overcoming these challenges requires skill, patience, and a commitment to understanding and being understood. In conclusion, communication is a vital tool in fostering global understanding and promoting global citizenship. It allows us to connect, empathize, and collaborate across borders and cultures, building bridges where there might otherwise be walls. Digital globalization and the role of social media. The advent of digital technology and the rise of social media platforms have profoundly reshaped our global landscape, connecting individuals across geographical, cultural, and social divides as never before. This new era of digital globalization has significant implications for the fostering of global citizenship. Social media platforms, from Facebook and Twitter to Instagram and TikTok, serve as global meeting spaces where people from different cultures, backgrounds, and belief systems can interact, share ideas, and form connections. This unprecedented connectivity can foster understanding and empathy, breaking down barriers of distance and difference, and allowing for the exchange of perspectives on a global scale. Social media platforms also provide a unique forum for collective action. They enable people from around the world to come together to advocate for common causes, such as climate change, human rights, and social justice. The Arab Spring, the Black Lives Matter movement, and numerous climate change initiatives owe much of their momentum and reach to social media activism. However, the role of social media in global citizenship is not without its challenges. Misinformation and echo chambers can distort understanding and deepen divisions. Privacy issues and the potential for digital surveillance pose threats to individual rights and freedoms. The digital divide, with disparities in access to technology across socio-economic and geographic lines, can marginalize certain groups, limiting their participation in the global conversation. Therefore, while social media offers vast potential for fostering global understanding and promoting global citizenship, it is crucial that its use is guided by principles of truth, inclusivity, respect, and fairness. As global citizens, we must be conscious of these challenges and strive to use social media in ways that promote understanding, facilitate open dialogue, and respect diversity. Case studies of successful cross-cultural communication initiatives. 1. United Nations Alliance of Civilizations, UNAOC. UNAOC was established in 2005 to improve understanding and cooperation among nations and people across cultures and religions, and to help counter the forces that fuel polarization and extremism. Its programs, such as the Young Peace Builders Initiative and the Intercultural Innovation Award, directly foster cross-cultural communication and cooperation. 2. Peace Corps, founded in 1961, the Peace Corps sends American volunteers overseas to work on community development projects, promoting cross-cultural understanding. Volunteers learn local languages and customs, while locals learn about American culture, breaking down barriers and fostering mutual understanding. 3. Google's Project Loon. This innovative project aimed to provide internet connectivity to remote and underdeveloped parts of the world using high-altitude balloons. While not a communication initiative per se, it sought to bridge the digital divide and facilitate cross-cultural communication on a global scale. 4 Sesame Workshops International Social Impact Programs. Sesame Workshop creates localized versions of Sesame Street for communities around the world, each with its own set of characters and curriculum developed to meet the specific educational needs of children in that region. This promotes cross-cultural understanding by presenting global issues in a local context that children can relate to. 5 The Red Cross and Red Crescent Society's disaster response programs. Their communication initiatives during disaster responses often involve translators and cultural mediators to ensure clear communication between different cultural groups and nationalities, facilitating effective disaster relief and promoting cross-cultural understanding. These case studies provide compelling evidence of the positive impact of effective cross-cultural communication initiatives. They demonstrate that, with the right strategies and resources, we can bridge cultural divides, foster mutual understanding, and work together to tackle the challenges that confront our global community. 4 Environment, our shared home. Overview of global environmental issues, climate change, biodiversity loss, etc. The environment forms the life-supporting backdrop to our human story, and the challenges it faces today are both unprecedented and global in their reach. These challenges range from the intensifying impacts of climate change to the alarming rates of biodiversity loss, each of which pose significant threats to the well-being of all life on Earth, humans included. Climate change, driven predominantly by the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, is bringing about more frequent and severe weather events, from hurricanes to heat waves. Rising global temperatures also contribute to the melting of polar ice caps, leading to rising sea levels and the submersion of low-lying areas. The implications of climate change are vast, disrupting economies, displacing communities, and exacerbating resource scarcity. Meanwhile, the loss of biodiversity, the immense variety of life on Earth, poses a no less significant threat. Ecosystems rely on a delicate balance of biodiversity to function effectively, and losing even a single species can have far-reaching ripple effects. Habitat destruction, pollution, overexploitation, and climate change are all driving the current wave of extinctions, threatening not just individual species, but the resilience and health of ecosystems worldwide. Other significant environmental challenges include deforestation, land degradation, plastic pollution, and the global water crisis. Deforestation disrupts local climates, displaces wildlife, and contributes to global carbon emissions. Land degradation, often driven by unsustainable agricultural practices, threatens food security and rural livelihoods. Plastic pollution clogs our oceans and harms marine life, while the global water crisis poses dire threats to the 1 in 3 people globally who lack access to safe drinking water. Understanding these environmental challenges is crucial to addressing them effectively and achieving global sustainability. The environment is our shared home, and the issues it faces are the shared responsibility of all global citizens. Through collective action and sustainable practices, we have the potential to safeguard our planet for future generations. Role of individual actions and systemic changes when confronting global environmental challenges. Both individual actions and systemic changes play crucial roles. On an individual level, our daily choices, what we buy, what we eat, how we travel, have direct environmental impacts. By making more sustainable choices, we can each contribute to the solution. This includes actions such as reducing our consumption, recycling and composting waste, opting for renewable energy, choosing plant-based meals, and minimizing our use of single-use plastics. However, individual actions, while important, are not enough on their own. Systemic changes are necessary to tackle these challenges at the scale and speed required. This includes shifts in policy, industry practices, and societal norms. Governments have a key role to play here, from implementing policies that favor renewable energy and sustainable agriculture, to setting and enforcing emissions reduction targets in line with the Paris Agreement. Similarly, businesses have a responsibility to operate in an environmentally sustainable manner. This can involve changes to their manufacturing processes to reduce emissions and waste, investing in renewable energy, and designing products that are durable, reusable or recyclable. Industry-wide shifts towards circular economy models, where waste is minimized and resources are kept in use for as long as possible, are an important part of this systemic change. Societal norms and values also play a role in driving systemic changes. For instance, a societal shift towards valuing sustainability could influence both the purchasing choices of consumers and the sustainability strategies of businesses. Individual actions and systemic changes are thus two sides of the same coin, each reinforcing the other. As individuals, our collective actions can create demand for sustainable products and policies, driving systemic changes. At the same time, systemic changes can make it easier for individuals to make sustainable choices, by making them more affordable, accessible, and socially acceptable. Together, they provide a roadmap for how we can navigate our way towards a sustainable future. Sustainable practices and green technologies. As the world grapples with environmental challenges, the implementation of sustainable practices and the development of green technologies become ever more vital. These strategies range from everyday habits that conserve resources to innovative solutions that transform industries. On the individual level, sustainable practices include conserving water, reducing energy usage, composting organic waste, and choosing products with less packaging or those made from recycled materials. Sustainable transportation choices, such as walking, biking, using public transport, or driving electric vehicles, also significantly reduce one's carbon footprint. Furthermore, adopting a plant-based diet can drastically reduce the environmental impact of one's food consumption, as livestock farming is a significant contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. At the broader societal level, renewable energy technologies, such as solar, wind, and hydropower, are crucial to reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. Energy-efficient buildings and appliances, and the use of LED lighting, can also significantly reduce energy consumption. In the transportation sector, the shift towards electric vehicles, and the development of sustainable biofuels, are promising trends. In agriculture, sustainable practices include organic farming, agroforestry, and permaculture, which aim to preserve soil health, reduce chemical use, and enhance biodiversity. In the manufacturing sector, circular economy models promote the reduction, reuse, and recycling of materials. Emerging green technologies, like carbon capture and storage, CCS, can also play a part in mitigating climate change by removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Similarly, the development of biodegradable plastics and the use of algae for biofuel production illustrate how innovative technologies can provide sustainable alternatives to traditional, environmentally harmful practices. By adopting sustainable practices and harnessing green technologies, we can not only mitigate our impact on the environment, but also build a more resilient and sustainable society. This transition requires concerted efforts from all sectors of society, from individuals to governments, and from small businesses to multinational corporations. As the saying goes, we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. It is our shared responsibility to return it in the best condition possible. Case studies of successful environmental initiatives, for example renewable energy transition in Denmark, plastic ban in Rwanda. Several countries and regions around the world serve as successful case studies for environmental initiatives, providing inspiration and insights into what can be achieved when we commit to sustainable practices. Renewable energy transition in Denmark. Denmark is a global leader in the transition to renewable energy. The country has managed to transform its energy system from one based on fossil fuels in the 1970s to a system today where over half of its electricity comes from wind turbines. The Danish government's firm commitment to renewable energy, coupled with substantial investments in research and development, have played a key role in this transition. Moreover, the nation is on track to be carbon neutral by 2050, showing that a shift to a sustainable energy system is not only possible but also economically viable. Plastic ban in Rwanda. In 2008, Rwanda implemented one of the world's first nationwide bans on plastic bags, demonstrating exceptional environmental leadership. The law is strict, with penalties for manufacturing, using, or importing plastic bags. While enforcing the ban required significant effort, the results are clear. Rwanda's streets, fields, and waterways are noticeably free of plastic litter. The plastic bag ban is part of a broader nationwide commitment to environmental sustainability, which also includes initiatives to protect wildlife, reforest lands, and transition to a circular economy. Costa Rica's reforestation efforts. Costa Rica is another compelling case study of a successful environmental initiative. Over the past 3 decades, the country has reversed one of the world's highest deforestation rates. In the 1940s, 75% of the country was cloaked in forest. This declined to just 26% by 1983, but is back to over 50% today. This remarkable turnaround is due to a combination of national policy reforms, including the introduction of payments for environmental services, PES, banning clear-cutting of mature forests, and the promotion of ecotourism. Zero waste initiatives in Kamikatsu, Japan. Kamikatsu, a small town in Japan, has an ambitious goal to become zero waste by 2025. Since 2003, the town has been promoting rigorous recycling, composting, and waste reduction measures, leading to an impressive recycling rate of over 80%. The town's residents sort their trash into 45 different categories, and most of what isn't recycled is composted. The initiative, while challenging, has sparked a renewed sense of community and has even attracted eco-tourists. These cases illustrate the power of targeted environmental policies and collective action. They provide valuable lessons and hope for other countries and communities striving towards similar environmental goals. 5. Economy. Towards fair and ethical practices. Understanding the global economy and its disparities. The global economy is a complex web of interconnected countries and markets that together drive the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services worldwide. From the local farmer selling crops in a village market to the multinational corporation conducting business in numerous countries, each has a role in the global economic landscape. However, this global economic system is characterized by significant disparities. These disparities exist both between and within countries, and across different demographic groups. Broadly speaking, developed economies in North America, Europe, and parts of Asia have a disproportionately large share of the world's wealth, while many countries in sub-Saharan Africa, Asia, and Latin America are much less economically developed. Even within developed economies, wealth and income disparities are significant. A small percentage of the population holds a vast share of the total wealth, while many others struggle to make ends meet. This wealth gap has been growing over the past few decades, exacerbated by factors such as technological advancement, globalization, and policy choices that favor the wealthy. Moreover, global economic disparities are not just about wealth and income. They also extend to access to opportunities and resources such as education, healthcare, and even clean air and water. People in less developed countries often lack access to basic services and opportunities that are taken for granted in wealthier countries. Understanding these disparities is crucial because they have profound impacts on people's lives. They influence people's ability to meet their basic needs, access opportunities, and lead fulfilling lives. They can also lead to social unrest, conflict, and instability. Yet, these disparities are not inevitable. They are the result of policy choices, institutions, and systems that can be changed. The challenge for the global community is to reshape these systems to create a more equitable and sustainable global economy. This requires not just economic reforms, but also changes in social norms and values towards fairness, cooperation, and mutual respect. Fair trade and ethical consumerism. The concepts of fair trade and ethical consumerism have emerged as powerful tools to address some of the inequalities and injustices in the global economy. These practices focus on creating more equitable trading conditions, ensuring better prices and improved social and environmental standards for producers in developing countries. Fair trade aims to empower farmers and workers by offering them fair prices for their products, which often exceed the price available on the open market. This additional income can be crucial in helping producers improve their living conditions, invest in their businesses, and contribute to their communities. It also involves minimum standards for workers' rights, environmental protection, and democratic decision-making. Ethical consumerism, on the other hand, is about making purchasing decisions based on a product's ethical and sustainability credentials. It's a consumer-driven movement where people choose to buy goods and services from businesses that align with their values, such as those that prioritize worker welfare, environmental sustainability, and animal rights. By choosing to buy such products, consumers can influence businesses to act more responsibly and sustainably. Despite their potential, fair trade and ethical consumerism are not without challenges. They currently represent a small fraction of global trade and consumer spending. Many consumers remain unaware of the impacts of their purchasing decisions or find it difficult to access or afford ethically produced goods. However, growing awareness about global economic disparities and environmental issues is driving more consumers towards these practices. Fair trade and ethical consumerism alone cannot solve the global economic disparities. Broader systemic changes are needed to make the global economy more equitable and sustainable. However, they represent important steps towards a world where all people, no matter where they live or work, are treated fairly and have the opportunity to lead fulfilling lives. Case studies of companies with ethical business practices, for example Patagonia's commitment to sustainability, Fairphone's efforts in creating an ethically made smartphone. 1. Patagonia's commitment to sustainability. Outdoor clothing manufacturer Patagonia has been a trailblazer in corporate environmental responsibility. Its mission statement, to build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis, guides its approach to production. It uses recycled materials in many of its products, and it invests in initiatives to offset its carbon footprint. Patagonia is also known for its transparency, sharing detailed information about its supply chain and the environmental impact of its products. The company further demonstrates its commitment to environmental activism by pledging 1% of its sales to the preservation and restoration of natural environments. 2. Fairphone's efforts in creating an ethically made smartphone. Fairphone, a Dutch social enterprise, has set out to develop smartphones that not only function well but also respect human and environmental values. They prioritize the use of conflict-free minerals in their devices and strive to ensure fair labor conditions throughout their supply chain. Fairphone also designs its phones to be durable and repairable, countering the industry norm of planned obsolescence, thereby reducing electronic waste. By making their supply chain transparent, Fairphone aims to raise awareness of the social and environmental issues in electronics manufacturing and inspire the entire industry to act more responsibly. These companies, among others, demonstrate how businesses can incorporate ethical practices into their operations. While these examples might be more the exception than the rule today, they show that profitability and responsibility need not be mutually exclusive. The increasing consumer demand for ethical products, coupled with the recognition that sustainable business practices can also be good for the bottom line, suggests that the future could hold many more such examples. 6. Politics. Promoting peace and cooperation. Understanding international relations and cooperation in the realm of global politics. International relations and cooperation are vital for promoting peace, stability, and mutual prosperity. International relations refer to the collective interactions of countries, encompassing a wide array of geopolitical processes, decisions, agreements, and actions. At its core, international cooperation is about countries working together to address issues that transcend national borders. These can range from collective security agreements, humanitarian aid coordination, to the handling of global challenges such as climate change, pandemics, and international trade disputes. In our increasingly interconnected world, no country can fully isolate itself from the rest. Economic interdependencies, technological advancements, and transnational issues necessitate a degree of collaboration and diplomacy. This global interconnectedness does not imply that countries always agree or act in concert. Indeed, disagreements, tensions, and conflicts are part of international relations. However, the goal of international cooperation is to manage these conflicts, find common ground, and work towards solutions that benefit all parties involved. The United Nations, for instance, was established to facilitate international cooperation and prevent future wars. Its many specialized agencies, like the World Health Organization and the International Monetary Fund, are platforms for countries to cooperate in specific areas. Similarly, regional bodies such as the European Union and the African Union seek to foster cooperation among their member states. International cooperation does not come easy. It requires negotiation, compromise, and an ongoing commitment to dialogue and mutual understanding. The challenges are significant, but so too are the potential benefits. Through cooperation, countries can achieve outcomes that would be impossible to attain on their own, from eradicating diseases and reducing poverty to mitigating climate change and maintaining international peace and security. The role of international institutions, United Nations, World Health Organization, international institutions, such as the United Nations, UN, and the World Health Organization, WHO, play crucial roles in facilitating international cooperation and addressing global issues. The United Nations, UN, was established in 1945, in the aftermath of World War II, with the primary goal of preventing future wars and fostering global peace. The UN serves as a platform where its 193 member states can express their views, resolve disputes peacefully, and coordinate actions on various global issues. It operates through several specialized bodies, each with its own focus area. For instance, the UN Security Council deals with international security issues, while the UN Development Programme focuses on eradicating poverty and improving living standards worldwide. The UN also plays a significant role in providing humanitarian aid during emergencies, promoting human rights, and working towards sustainable development. The World Health Organization, WHO, a specialized agency of the UN, is responsible for global public health. Established in 1948, the WHO's objective is the attainment by all peoples of the highest possible level of health. The WHO works on a wide range of health matters, from infectious diseases like COVID-19 and malaria to non-communicable diseases like cancer and heart disease. It also coordinates international health within the United Nations system and leads partners in global health responses. The work of these organizations demonstrates the power and necessity of international cooperation. Through their efforts, countries can come together to confront global challenges and work towards shared goals. Despite facing criticisms and challenges, these international institutions continue to make invaluable contributions to global peace, health, and development. Case studies of successful political initiatives promoting global cooperation. 1. The Paris Agreement. The Paris Agreement, signed in 2015 under the umbrella of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, stands as a prime example of international cooperation. With 196 parties to the agreement, it brings together almost every nation on Earth in the common goal of tackling climate change. The Paris Agreement aims to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius and pursue efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees Celsius. The agreement is based on nationally determined contributions, which are individual countries' plans for reducing their greenhouse gas emissions. These plans are set to become more ambitious over time, reflecting the cooperative and dynamic nature of the agreement. 2. The Montreal Protocol. The Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer is another standout example of successful global cooperation. Signed in 1987, the protocol represents a united response to scientific evidence indicating that human-made chemicals were causing a hole in the Earth's protective ozone layer. The protocol led to a phase-out of the production of a number of substances responsible for ozone depletion. It is considered one of the most successful environmental treaties to date, having achieved nearly universal ratification and significantly reduced the rate of damage to the ozone layer. 3. The eradication of smallpox. The successful eradication of smallpox in the 1970s demonstrates how international cooperation can lead to remarkable achievements in global health. Smallpox was a deadly disease that killed millions of people each year. In 1967, the World Health Organization launched an intensive global smallpox eradication campaign. With the cooperation of countries around the world, the last known natural case of smallpox occurred in Somalia in 1977. In 1980, the WHO officially declared smallpox eradicated, marking it the first disease to be eradicated by human effort. These case studies represent just a fraction of the many instances where international cooperation has brought about significant positive outcomes. They highlight the power of collective action in tackling global issues and underline the critical role of political initiatives in fostering such cooperation. Advocacy and participation in democratic processes. Advocacy and participation in democratic processes are both crucial elements in promoting global citizenship and enhancing global cooperation. By understanding the systems of governance that exist around us, we can actively engage in influencing those systems to create a world that reflects the values of equality, justice, and sustainability. Advocacy is the act of supporting, recommending, or arguing for a particular cause or policy. In the context of global citizenship, advocacy can take many forms. It might involve campaigning for policies that tackle climate change, promoting fair trade practices, or lobbying for laws that protect human rights at the international level. Advocacy helps to bridge the gap between local actions and global impact, giving individuals and communities a voice in the global arena. Democratic participation, meanwhile, is about more than just voting in elections, although that is certainly a vital part. It also involves staying informed about local, national, and global issues, engaging in respectful dialogue with others about these topics, and taking part in peaceful protests or community organizing to effect change. Democracy thrives on the active participation of its citizens, a principle that applies not only within nations, but also on the international stage. One example of democratic participation on a global scale is the concept of global governance. This refers to the way international affairs are managed across national borders, often through international institutions like the United Nations. By engaging with these institutions, whether by advocating for certain policies, contributing to their work, or holding them accountable, individuals and groups can participate in the democratic processes that shape our world. Advocacy and democratic participation are empowering. They enable individuals to make a difference on issues that matter to them, fostering a sense of global citizenship and shared responsibility for our world. Moreover, by engaging in these practices, we can help to build a world that is more just, peaceful, and sustainable, a world that truly embodies the spirit of global cooperation. 7. A Global Citizen's Guide: Practical Ways to Embody Global Citizenship. Embodying global citizenship is not just about understanding global issues, but also about translating that understanding into meaningful action. Here are some practical ways individuals can cultivate and demonstrate their role as global citizens. 1. Stay informed. The first step in being a global citizen is staying informed about the world. Regularly read, listen to, or watch news from diverse, reliable sources, both domestic and international. Keep up to date with the major issues affecting our planet, and seek out diverse perspectives to broaden your understanding. 2. Learn and respect different cultures. Invest time in learning about different cultures, traditions, and perspectives. Read books, watch films, attend events, or even travel, if possible, to broaden your cultural understanding. Show respect for diversity and demonstrate cultural sensitivity in your interactions with others. 3. Advocate for global issues. Choose a global issue you're passionate about, whether it's climate change, poverty alleviation, human rights, or something else. Use your voice to raise awareness, advocate for policy change, or fundraise for causes that address these issues. 4. Practice ethical consumption. Be aware of the impact of your consumption habits on the world. Support businesses that adhere to ethical labor practices, seek out sustainable and locally sourced products, and minimize your waste and energy use. 5. Engage in your local community. Global citizenship starts at home. Volunteer your time, donate to local charities, get involved in community projects, or engage in local politics. These actions have a ripple effect that can lead to positive global change. 6. Promote peace and justice. Stand against injustice whenever you see it, and advocate for peaceful resolution of conflicts. This might involve standing up against discrimination in your own community, or advocating for peace and justice at a global level. 7. Support global education. promote and support educational programs that foster global understanding. This could involve supporting initiatives in your local schools or universities, or even advocating for the inclusion of global education in national curricula. By adopting these practices, each of us can contribute to the global good and embody the principles of global citizenship. Our actions, both big and small, can collectively bring about a more just, sustainable, and peaceful world. Resources for further learning and involvement for those eager to deepen their understanding of global citizenship and to find ways to contribute meaningfully to the global community. Here are some excellent resources to start with. 1. United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These 17 goals provide a blueprint for achieving a more sustainable future for all. They address global challenges, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. https://sdgs.un.org/goals2. Global Issues Network. This organization provides educational resources and organizes student-led conferences on global issues, promoting awareness, understanding, and solutions. http://globalissuesnetwork.org. 3. Khan Academy. Khan Academy offers free online courses on a wide range of subjects, including world history, economics, and politics, that can help enhance your global understanding. https://www.khanacademy.org. 4. Ethical Consumer. This UK-based organization provides information on the ethical and environmental records of companies, allowing you to make more informed choices as a consumer. https://www.ethicalconsumer.org. 5. Coursera. Coursera provides numerous online courses from universities around the world, many of which tackle global issues and foster cross-cultural understanding. https://www.coursera.org. 6. Global Citizen. Global Citizen is a movement of engaged citizens using their collective voice to end extreme poverty by 2030. They offer numerous ways for individuals to get involved and take action on global issues. https://www.globalcitizen.org. 7. USCO. USCO promotes international collaboration through educational, scientific, and cultural reforms. They offer a variety of resources and initiatives to foster global citizenship. https://en.usco.org. 8. Amnesty International. Amnesty International is a global movement campaigning for a world where human rights are enjoyed by all. They offer many resources and ways for individuals to get involved and take action. https://www.amnesty.org. This list is by no means exhaustive, but it provides a good starting point for becoming an engaged and informed global citizen. Your journey towards global citizenship is a lifelong process of learning, understanding, and acting, and these resources can help guide your path. 8. Conclusion. The world is in our hands. Reflecting on the journey of global citizenship as we conclude this journey through global citizenship, it's crucial to remember that the power to shape our world truly lies in our hands. Each one of us, in our own unique ways, has the potential to contribute to a more peaceful, equitable, and sustainable planet. Global citizenship is not a status conferred upon us, but rather a choice we make, a responsibility we shoulder, and a continuous journey we embark upon. It's about embracing our interconnectedness, transcending borders and cultural differences, and recognizing that we are all part of a global community. Our actions, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, ripple outwards, affecting our local communities and beyond. The road to global citizenship can be challenging, indeed, as it necessitates breaking down barriers, fostering understanding, and building bridges. But the rewards are immense. By broadening our perspectives, we not only enrich our own lives, but we also contribute to a world that values diversity, promotes peace, respects the environment, and encourages fair economic practices. The world we wish for tomorrow starts with the decisions we make today. So, let us commit to learning, understanding, and acting. Let us remember that we are not isolated individuals, but global citizens with the power to effect meaningful change. Let us use that power wisely and compassionately, for the world truly is in our hands. As global citizens, our journey doesn't end here, it has only just begun. Let's continue learning, evolving, and taking actions that align with our responsibility towards our shared planet and its diverse inhabitants. Our future, and the future of generations to come, depends on it. The future of global cooperation and unity. Looking ahead, the future of global cooperation and unity seems more critical than ever. As our world grows increasingly interconnected, the challenges we face, from climate change and poverty to technological advancements and political conflicts, demand collective action and global solutions. Isolation is no longer an option. We need to operate as a global community where actions in one part of the world can drastically affect people and environments thousands of miles away. This means that global cooperation must evolve beyond diplomatic meetings and resolutions. It must permeate every level of society, starting with individuals, communities, organizations, and nations. It should reflect in our education systems, encouraging students to think globally, to empathize with different cultures, and to understand the interconnected nature of our world's problems and their solutions. We need to leverage technology, not just for economic growth, but for fostering global unity and understanding. Social media platforms and digital technologies can help in spreading awareness, sparking conversations, and promoting cross-cultural dialogues, thus enabling a sense of global unity. In the realm of business, companies need to adopt ethical practices that are not just about profit but also about contributing to the welfare of the global community. This can manifest in fair trade practices, sustainable operations, or initiatives that bridge economic disparities. The future of global cooperation and unity lies in the recognition and acceptance of our shared humanity. It's about acknowledging that despite our cultural, religious, and political differences, we all share the same basic aspirations for peace, prosperity, and a healthy planet for future generations. This future may seem ambitious, but it is not unattainable. It begins with each one of us, becoming conscious global citizens, making choices that reflect our commitment to a unified world, and inspiring others to do the same. It's a journey we must undertake together, knowing that our collective efforts can lead us to a more peaceful, inclusive, and sustainable world. As we move forward, let us remember that our strength lies in our unity, and together, we can shape a future that truly embodies global cooperation and unity.